on the bus for like 3 hours. Everyone had to use the bathroom. Everyone was hungry.
She came off the bus covered in her own urine and immediately had to get a bath. She's a little girl, you know, you can't sit on the bus that long.
Right now at noon, we are continuing to follow the fallout from the JCPS transportation disaster. You just heard from one student who did not get home until after 9 o'clock Wednesday night. Well, in less than an hour, Superintendent Dr. Marty Polia will address the media for the very first time in person since that chaotic day. We'll share his comments with you live immediately following the noon show. And despite apologies and promises to fix these problems, more JCPS parents are saying they do not trust the district. And now Republican Kentucky lawmakers are making their move for what they believe would be a fix. Our Connor Steffen has more on their calls for action.
It was a disaster.
There's simply no other way for JCPS board member Corey Schultz to put it.
We're trying to get to every family to ensure that they feel heard and that they are responded to in a timely manner.
He could not confirm whether students will be back by Monday.
We will be back in school when we have an adequate plan to get every child to and from school in a safe and efficient manner.
Parents are completely outraged. They're hurt, they're scared. They're angry.
While agreeing with Schultz it's unacceptable, Kentucky Representative Republican Jason Nemes of Middletown sees another path forward to solving the issue.
It's over a $2 billion operation, and so it's too big. And so even if people were competent, which our board is not competent, but even if they were competent, it's too big to manage.
Citing this as, quote, the straw that broke the camel's back. Nemes, along with several other GOP legislators, are suggesting a slate of legislative changes and asking the governor to call a special session.
But we'll get this done whether Governor Beshear agrees with it or not.
Those changes include refiling a bill to give students the right to attend their neighborhood schools. That's something JCPS brought back to the school this year, changing their student assignment plan for the first time in nearly 50 years. Lawmakers also want to look at splitting JCPS up into smaller districts, offering up an amendment for school choice focused on charter schools and change the school board.
I think there have consistently been efforts on the part of the Republican Party here in Kentucky to take over JCPS.
Kids currently out of school as JCPS works through a disastrous busing ordeal. Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
The union representing JCPS bus drivers previously warned us the first day of school was going to be a nightmare. We know drivers only had days to practice these new routes made by Alpharoute, the company JCPS contracted to help fix the busing issues. The union's leader told us the drivers were quick to communicate that the designed routes were nonsensical and drivers were having to travel all the way across town and back. He says when the plan was initially released, several bus drivers quit.
You had drivers transferring out, you had drivers self-demoting, go to another department, you had drivers quit, and so now you're back to the same thing. The district invested, I guess, a lot of time and a lot of trust in this company, and it's apparent it's not going to work.
JCPS said it's looking at every route and stopped to ensure efficiency. But John Stovall, the union president, believes there will have to be a lot of changes to fix things, and he is not confident these changes will be made in time to have kids back in school next week. Many of you have sent us messages, emails, even phone calls, and we're hearing a lot more. We're wanting to answer some of those questions. Our Haley Minot got in touch with some of you to speak more about that chaotic first day back.
I feel like we were lucky. Yeah. We were lucky that he was 3 hours late. Kindergartners were going to the bathroom on the bus because they were there for so long. There were kids sitting in cafeterias until well after 7:30.
When Aaron's 7th grader Oliver got home yesterday, the first day conversation did not follow the same format as years previous.
I don't think I will ever forget the look on his face when he got off the bus yesterday. Dang it, why am I crying? He was so defeated. He was so defeated. I mean, he had been texting me and his dad the whole way home, and he's in 7th grade. He's almost 13 years old. He has a cell phone. He has wireless earbuds. He can sit on the bus and watch YouTube. I can't imagine being 5 and navigating that.
From the Hinson's bus stop in the Sycamore neighborhood to the Hughes stop in the Cloverleaf neighborhood, every story is different with similar problems.
My child did not get home until 8 o'clock. She got home at 8 o'clock because I had to go to the bus depot to pick her up as well. The bus did not get there at the depot until I arrived to pick her up. And at that time, I was just like, I'll just take her with me.
As bus drivers spend the days off practicing routes and parents adjust their schedule, the question of who is to blame and how to fix this lingers.
Superintendent, he's over it. It's project management. Like, if this is your project, this is your job, this is what you get paid to do. And if it's anyone, I feel like you fell under the ball a little bit.
Haley Minogue, WHAS11 on your side.
The company Alpharoute was contracted last November to help JCPS plan these bus routes, and we've learned this is not the first time a city has had issues with this system. Columbus, Ohio City Schools is the largest school district in Ohio, and it used Alpharoute last May. However, by September, just a couple months later, the bus issues weren't improving, so the district in Ohio decided to go with another company called Versatrans. Alpharoute declined an interview with us, stating its focus needs to be on supporting JCPS and helping to problem solve. An official statement from the CEO says it's not clear to them yet what set off this mess, calling it extremely regrettable. Alpharoute said the likely cause was the significant changes alongside the new school assignment model. It says it's confident the new routes will work as planned. JCPS said Alpharoute has been called back in to help fix this mess, but it's also accepting outside help from the biggest logistics and delivery operation in the city, right here in our own backyard, UPS. UPS said it met with the district yesterday, but we're told the conversations were all tentative.
We haven't defined exactly what help could be. You know, we haven't gotten to that point. It'd just be a matter of having a conversation about the potential to help.
Jim Mayer tells us as of now, plans for future meetings have not been set. Well, Dr. Polio did send out a video message outlining steps the district will take in the next few days. He said his teams will review all of the routes and bus stops for efficiency. They're also paying bus drivers extra time to practice during these next couple of days. And Polio said they need to improve communication between parents and schools, and they're also going to increase staffing at its call center. Families with questions about bus transportation can call that number on your screen. That's 485-RIDE. JCPS has increased its staffing substantially at that call center to help out. The hotline will be open until 7 p.m. today. For our full coverage of the transportation issues, including how local attractions here in Louisville are trying to help with the unexpected days off, visit WHAS11.com. In the meantime, a big welcome back to more than 3,000 of our Catholic school students today. Assumption, St. X, Presentation, and Sacred Heart Academy all started their new school year this morning.